Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the Horror Miser Money G. It's time to review the prequel to this year's horror movie X from Ty West. It is called Pearl. Yes. Now, Pearl is a 2022 American psychological slasher film. It was directed by Ty West, written by Ty West and Mia Goth. Yes, she actually contributed to the screenplay of this film. Now, the film does star Mia Goth, David Corenswet, Tandy Wright, Matthew Sunderland, Emma Jenkins Pearl. In this movie, the backstory on how Pearl became the person she was. In a sense, we get to see how Pearl becomes the killer that we saw in X. Now, I know most horror fans really enjoy Ty West's horror slasher film X that came out earlier this year. I saw it earlier this year. I consider it one of the top horror films that came out this year. Now, a throwback of horror films from the 70s. Obviously, you get Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes from it. It had everything that you want in a horror slasher film. You had decent kills, nice practical effects, interesting, interesting characters, and an unusual killer in Pearl. However, to everyone's surprise, after the movie ends and we get to see the end credits, we get a trailer for a movie, a prequel regarding the early life of the killer Pearl called Pearl. Now, at first, you thought it was a Fox trailer, just like we saw in that Robert Rodriguez film where we saw a whole bunch of Fox trailers and all of a sudden, no, it's not a Fox trailer. It's an actual trailer. It's Pearl, also played by Mia Goth. She plays two roles in X. She plays the porn star Maxine and, of course, the character Pearl. So obviously, she's playing a younger version of Pearl in this one. Now, in this film, we head back to the year 1918, where Pearl is living with her German immigrant parents on the farm in their Texas homestead. Now, while her husband Howard is off serving in World War I, Pearl is left taking care of her sick father while also dealing with her dominating mother. Ooh, boy. We see that Pearl has fantasies of leaving the farm, wanting to become a chorus girl. She believes that she can be a star. She just simply wants to get out that farm. But she does enjoy the animals there. Unfortunately, there is more going on with Pearl, and as the movie progresses, we get to see how she will eventually become the killer that she is in X. Kind of a slow degrade in her personality, and eventually we get to see why or how she becomes the killer. Now, you really have to give Ty West credit for coming up with a very creative way of telling this story. And it's very creative. You really got to give him credit. Now, just imagine seeing this film back during the golden age of Hollywood, as this film looks, feels, just like those films that were made during that time period. You know, from the Technicolor style, the opening credits, the music, even the end credits, all comes from the films that were made during the golden age of Hollywood. I mean, there's even a scene that will bring Wizard of the Odds vibes, but I don't believe anyone would believe that Dorothy would do that to the Scarecrow. And if you see the film, you know what I'm talking about. You know, it's a very unique and interesting style that Ty West uses here, and I was really surprised how well it works. It actually gives the story more strength, how the film looks, how it's filmed, the cinematography, everything just strives back during how the movies were made during the 1950s. So just imagine if you had a film like this that was made during the 1950s and you see this type of presentation, I'm pretty sure the audience would have freaked out. Not only does the film look good, it's written very well, thanks both to Ty West and Mia Goth. Now, Mia Goth really carries this film, and she gives an Oscar-worthy performance. It's one of the best performances I've seen in a horror film since Toni Collette's performance in 2018's Hereditary. She's that damn good. Now, she plays Pearl as a whimsical, cheery, curious, and confused woman who is suffering under very serious living conditions. It seems like Pearl is on top of an emotional roller coaster, depending upon the situation she finds herself in. She has ups, like when she meets the projectionist. That's how he's credited. He's credited as a projectionist, and her confrontation with her mother, which brings her down. So she's on this emotional roller coaster where she has so many ups and so many downs. I mean, she could be happy and giddy one moment, like in the opening scene, she's dancing around with all the animals and saying a hi to them, and then sad and violent the next. And these things can result in very bad things happening. I mean, like in the opening scene, she's saying hi to all the animals, and then something happens, and it's like, damn, it switches back, and then something bad happens. That's how the range that Mia Goth has to play this type of a role because of the changing mood swings Pearl has throughout the film. I mean, there is one powerful moment during the second act where Pearl's mother, played by Tandy Wright, vents her frustrations at Pearl, and then and Pearl vents back, leading to one of those disastrous encounters in the film. Now, both Tandy and Mia really give great performances as they bounce off each other between her mother's frustrations of the life she's living in and the fact that they're German immigrants and the people don't like them because it's World War One and people didn't like them that much. And she's struggling. Not because of where she lives, because of how her husband is. I'm pretty sure this is not the life that she wanted to live, and her daughter resents her and she resents her daughter, and as good as her mother gives it, Pearl gives it right back to her. So it's a very good dramatic back and forth that both Tandy Wright and Mia Goth give. You might even get some not Candy, Carrie vibes during this scene. We get another very powerful speech in the third act where Pearl talks about how unhappy and unloved she feels, along with some secrets that she admits to her sister in law, Misty. It's a very, very powerful scene right there. And then at times you kind of feel sad for Pearl because she just looks so unhappy and so unloved. But then again, she is a killer. So you can't be sad enough for her. But it's all how Mia Goth just plays this scene and how her facial expressions are, how she talks to Missy. Everything is just so great and fascinating, and it's all how Ty West captures Mia's expressions on the film and how it's played out. It's all that, and that's such a pretty good, strong performance right there for Mia Goth. Now, this film is basically about Pearl's mental downfall from dealing with her mother's lack of support. Again, you'll get Carrie vibes from this. Her belief that the projection list will take her away, along with other factors that will make Pearl become the killer that we see in the film X. You know, when looking at this film, as you get to see Pearl's mental breakdown because of all the highs and lows she goes through, her interactions with the people, and especially with the projectionist and her mother, cause her to eventually become the woman that we see in the film X. Now again, it's sad because again, like I said, we feel sorry for Pearl because of the treatment she gets at times. But as I stated before, she is a killer, a very violent one is that as well. Now, if you are looking something similar to X, this isn't this film because this is all about Pearl, not about the other characters that we saw in X. But we do get some violent and bloody kills in this one as well, especially when the third act comes. Overall, this is such an excellent prequel, using a different style of filming, brilliant writing, and an excellent performance by Mia Goth. Again, she should get an Oscar nod for this. I don't know if she'll win, but she should get an Oscar nod. And of course, as the film ends, and even before that, we now know this story is going to continue as a sequel to X. Maxine is in production. It'll be interesting to see where Ty West and Mia Goth will go with this incredible story between obviously Maxine and Pearl. But as far as Pearl is concerned, I'm going to give Pearl 4 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. Giving it 4 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. Yes, it's definitely one of the top horror films of the year. This will probably definitely make my top 10 horror films of the year. That will obviously include The Black Phone, Prey, X, and now Pearl. Yes, it's going to be very difficult trying to choose which one is the best horror film of the year. And so there you have it. That is my review and video of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up, like, and share because it really helps out with that YouTube algorithm. I'm really getting impressed to see how many people are enjoying my videos. So keep it up. Trying to get that trying to get my videos monetized. So keep watching them. Keep those views coming up for me, guys. Also, have you seen Pearl? What you thought about it? Please leave your comments in the comment section below and tell me what you thought about the film. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscriber button and ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as a Horror Miser Monty G, and always remember that horror rules. And I see you in my next video. I'm out.